10 Andy Carroll vs Crystal Palace, 2017.
Antonio, West Ham looking to make it safe. Oh, what a...
12, 2017, West Ham supporters were left shaken by the news that their best player Dimitri Payet had told manager Slaven Bilic that he no longer wanted to play for the Hammers and instead wanted to return to Marseille. 9 Trevor Sinclair vs Barnsley, 1997. In January 1997, QPR played out a thrilling FA Cup 4th round match with Barnsley and the West London outfit emerged as 3-2 winners thanks to a moment of pure footballing genius from a young Trevor Sinclair. A deep, hopeful cross was sent in from the right, but it was so awry that the ball wasn't even going to enter the penalty area. 8 Wayne Rooney vs Manchester City, 2011. There will be people truly staggered that this goal is coming in so low on this list, and those people...
Nani. Rooney! Oh, wonderful! What a goal!
Do have a point. Let's not forget, this overhead kick was the winner in a crucial Manchester derby that came at the end of a long-running saga that seemed like it was going to end with Rooney joining Man City.
And what a time! In what a place! What a player!
It even won the official Premier League's best goal of the first 20 seasons of the competition. However, we said at the start that technique was being prioritized above all else, and the fact is that the striker shinned it. So despite Rooney having to adjust to Nani's deflected cross to score an overhead kick and win a Manchester derby, this goal only comes in 8th place on our list.
Wayne Rooney out of this world! 2-1 United!
7 Emre Can vs Watford, 2017. This is the 3rd entry into this list from a Liverpool player and easily the best one.
Shan's made his way into the box! Well, that is a moment!
Emre Can was hardly a prolific goal scorer during his time at Anfield, but his overhead kick in May 2017 was magnificent. This goal was pretty unique based on the fact that the German midfielder was actually making a run into the Watford penalty area when the ball was delivered to him. As a result, he only had a split second to adjust his body to be in the right place so he could meet the ball with a perfect bicycle kick that flew past Hornets goalkeeper Jurelho Gomez. It would prove to be the only goal in a crucial win for Liverpool's top 4 aspiration.
Lucas. Shan's made his way into the box!
6 Philippe Mexes vs Anderlecht, 2012. This one earns a lot of bonus points based on the fact that Philippe Mexes was a defender who only scored 7 goals during 5 years with AC Milan. In an important Champions League group stage match away at Anderlecht, a poor free kick was floated in from Ricardo Montolivo, but Mexes made the most of it. After having to double back to meet the ball on the edge of the area, the Frenchman took the ball on his chest with his back to goal before sending a bicycle kick over his head that looped its way over the keeper and into the goal. Mexes' memorable goal from out of nowhere helped the Italian Giants win 3-1 and secure a place in the knockout stages of the tournament. 5 Rivaldo vs Valencia, 2001. This is easily one of the most extraordinary stories on the list. On the final day of a difficult 2001 season, Barcelona had to beat Valencia at the Nou Camp to leapfrog Los Cheese and secure a place in the Champions League in the following season, and Rivaldo seemed to be a one-man mission to make that happen. He scored 2 outrageous long-range efforts in the first half, but everything the Brazilian threw at Valencia, they seemed to have an answer for, and with 3 minutes left, the scoreline was 2-2, which wasn't enough for Barca. However, Rivaldo had one last trick up his sleeve. Frank de Boer lofted the ball to the forward, who was standing on the edge of the Valencia box, and he chested up into the air with his back to goal before smacking a powerful bicycle kick into the bottom corner and sending the Nou Camp into delirium. 4. Gareth Bale vs Liverpool, 2018. However, just 6 weeks later, Ronaldo's teammate Gareth Bale scored a similarly sublime overhead kick, and due to the occasion being a Champions League final, that one just about edges it as number 1 on our list. The score was locked at 1-1 between Real Madrid and Liverpool with just under half an hour left to play when Marcelo delivered a hopeful cross from the left. The ball sent in was behind Bale, who instinctively thrust his body into the air so he could meet it with a spectacular bicycle kick that flew past a helpless Loris Karius into the back of the goal. The Welshman would score again later in the match, as Los Blancos wrapped up their 13th Champions League title. Zlatan Ibrahimovic vs England, 2012, in a truly bizarre international friendly that saw England debuts handed to the likes of Steven Cocker, Leon Osman, Ryan Shawcross, Carl Jenkinson and even Wilfried Zaha, who would later declare for Ivory Coast. It was a Swede who stole the show. Zlatan Ibrahimovic had already bagged a hat-trick by the time he capped off an imperious performance with a truly fantastic goal. A long ball pumped down the pitch had brought goalkeeper Joe Hart out to try and clear, but, being outside of his area, he could only win a weak header which nevertheless went over Ibrahimovic. However, that posed no problems for the forward, who readjusted his body and struck an overhead kick from all of 25 yards out which made it in, despite a desperate lunge from Shawcross. Cristiano Ronaldo vs Juventus, 2018. Cristiano Ronaldo is often featured in football rankings and has probably now got used to coming second in them. His overhead kick against Juventus in the Champions League quarter-final in April 2018 was truly outrageous for several reasons, but remarkably it wasn't even the best goal of that kind scored by a Real Madrid player during that particular European campaign. But more on that later. This goal from the Portuguese superstar was a true example of just how expertly the forward can read the game. Dani Carvajal received the ball outside the area on the right-hand side of the pitch and drove for the byline before he was ambushed by Alex Sandro and was forced to hoist in a tepid cross. Ronaldo immediately reached the spot where the ball was going to drop, and before the Juventus defenders couldn't even react, he flung himself into the area and met the ball with a perfectly executed bicycle kick. One, Alejandro Garnacho vs Everton, 2023. Ever since we mentioned it in the intro, you must have been wondering when this goal was going to come up, and we do truly believe it's one of the best overhead kick goals we've ever seen. It came just 3 minutes into Man United's trip to face Everton, who were still smarting from a 10-point deduction for breaching profit and sustainability rules and were making their feelings of distaste towards the Premier League known in a vociferous fashion. But the Argentinian went a long way to shutting Goodison up with a truly remarkable overhead kick as he doubled back to meet Diogo Dalot's fizzed cross and met it perfectly to send it flying into the top corner of Jordan Pickford's goal. We think it's the best overhead kick the Premier League has ever seen. Thank you for watching Football Sports Updates with your boy Jam.